Hey everyone, I'm Carson with Studio McKay, and in this video, I'm going to be giving you my top 5 tips for getting cinematic footage of yourself by yourself without needing anyone else to operate the camera. So if you're excited, let's get started. All right, tip number 1 is to use a camera slider. I use this motorized slider from Neewer. It's about 40 inches long, giving me a wide range of movement that allows me to create unique parallax shots without needing somebody else to hold the camera. And the center rod is adjustable. This allows you to keep the camera tracked onto your subject without drifting off. I've used this for interviews, for YouTube videos, for just getting general B-roll of myself, and I found that this tracking system on there really helps so that I can stay in the frame and not constantly have to move with the camera. Alternatively, you can use a gimbal like the DJI Ronin SC, which has an app that uses your phone's camera to track the subject throughout a frame, and you can even control the camera motion directly from your phone. You can use this feature to track subjects, though this can be difficult to select yourself and track yourself. So what I like to do is use a slider, but you can use a gimbal if you'd prefer that. Now, if you don't have a slider or a gimbal, then you can just use a tripod. In this case, since you can't move the camera, try moving yourself, the subject. As long as you have some sort of movement within the frame, whether it's the camera movement or the subject, it'll make your whole shot more dynamic. So if you can't move the camera, move the subject. All right guys, tip number 2 is focusing. Now I prefer to use autofocus when recording B-roll of myself, but there are times when this just isn't possible. Say your autofocus system isn't reliable, or you're in a situation where you need to focus on a specific part of the frame and your autofocus just won't cut it. In these cases, I prefer to use manual focus and then use environmental markers to help me know where that focusing point is. I'll set like a piece of tape or a rock on the ground or something just to help me know where to stand so that I know when I'm in focus. You can also use focus peaking or magnification focus assist features to help you nail your manual focus. All right, tip number 3 is to use tight lenses. I prefer to use lenses between 50 and 85 millimeters for parallax shots. These lenses give nice background compression that exaggerates the parallax movement, which you can see in this example shot at 50 millimeters on a slider, and you can see that that compression really emphasizes that background movement and that parallax. I also find that tighter lenses just look more cinematic. When you have camera movement combined with tight lenses, you get this visual aesthetic that you see in a lot of Hollywood films. All right guys, tip number 4 is when to use wide lenses. Now, while I would never use a wide lens for a parallax shot, I do like to use them for push-in and pull-out shots. You can see in this example shot between 10 and 20 millimeters that push-in and pull-out is really exaggerated by that wide focal length. Wide lenses can also exaggerate the distance at which your camera travels, making it look as though your camera was moving a lot farther than it actually was. All right guys, tip number 5 is to get as many shots as you can in as wide a variety as possible. We're talking wides, mids, tights, and POV shots, and anything else that you can think of. I've never regretted having more footage than I needed. Plus, if you can't move the camera, you can make up for that lack of camera movement by getting a wide variety of shots. The whole point of camera movement is to give your audience a unique perspective. So getting a lot of different unique angles will give them that perspective without necessarily needing to move the camera. All right guys, if you have any questions, go ahead, let me know, and don't forget to leave a like on this video, subscribe to this channel for more awesome content, and let me know what are your favorite tips for filming yourself, getting cinematic B-roll of yourself, and I will see you guys in the next video.